Yeah, I'm a bit of a Star Trek fan, and I remember Scotty in Star Trek. I'm probably aging myself here, but he always, whenever they were in a big problem and Captain Kirk would call down to the engine room, yeah, Scotty would be like, "We have to reverse the polarity. We're going to turn on the inversion converters or whatnot." And I think we've got something inverted when we think about change, and I'll do it on two levels. Organizationally, I call this the tyranny of the tangible. Alison Reynolds came up with that term, but I love it. So theft is the most sincere form of flattery, but I want to give credit where credit's due, right? So the tyranny of the tangible is anytime an organization, I'm sitting here with an organization today, and we literally had this conversation last night, is you go for the tangible thing. We're going to do a reorg, or we're going to implement a new process, or we're going to bring a new technology in. So it's normally a kind of structure, process, technology kind of action, because it's tangible. You can see it. You've hired a company, you're bringing in software, you're rearranging the boxes on the hierarchy. Because it's tangible. But belief and behavior must come first. People don't resist change. We're still around. Dinosaurs aren't. We're very good at adapting. That's the human, that's what we have over every other species on the planet. But what we really resist is being changed. When we have change imposed upon us, and we either don't know why, we don't have the narrative, we don't understand, or we disagree, we understand but we disagree, what you get is malicious compliance. You're kind of let the head nod, but nothing happens. So the problem is in execution, right, Dory? So even the best formulated strategy that clearly will add value doesn't happen until it gets executed. Now, the word execution can mean two things in the English language: to do it or to kill it. 70% of the time, the people are killing it. Do you see what I mean? The people of the organization, either because they don't understand the why, the purpose element of it, or they disagree, or they're scared to manage up and say, hey, what you said we want to do isn't working on the ground, or isn't jiving with the culture, or isn't being picked up by the people. So the middle managers, and I hate that term, I'd rather use the term center leaders, they have the best perspective. They sit between strategy and execution. They sit between culture and people. They have that 360-degree view. And a lot of times, the strategy emerges from on high. And then when they go to execute, they say, a lot of times if you talk to center leaders, like, this is DOA, it's dead on arrival. Either the people won't do it, or they got an assumption wrong. But the feedback loop back up is very slow. And I think we need to tighten that up. So number one, tyranny of the tangible, meaning don't lean into structure, process, technology as much. Think about the behaviors, the beliefs and behaviors you want the organization to adopt. Be more principled in what you want to do. And then let people loose. Unlock their discretionary effort, right? And let them go for it. So that's the fundamental kind of idea. Then I got into what are the kind of components of how you run a bureaucracy or how you run a hierarchy, and then how might we, design thinking question, think differently, if you will, about a new model for leadership that reframes leadership in a whole new way. Leadership is not we think about leadership as a noun, it's a position or a role, and it's in a hierarchy. I think actually leadership is a system. It's the sum of the interactions, decisions, and actions of an organization. That's what leadership is. So we have to rethink what leadership means. We have to think about leadership as a system, and we have to operate in a much more collaborative way moving forward.